Oh my god, not another white girl with a camera in Japan. Yes. Yes, it is. So right now my students are all practicing for graduation ceremony, which is in 2 days. And I have nothing to do. I have no classes. So I'm aimlessly walking around my school looking for a place where I could just sit down and talk for a little bit. If you want to see travel stuff, you know, if you want to see where to go in Tokyo or whatever, then this isn't for you. If you are trying to figure out if you want to live here, then maybe I can help you. Especially if you are trying to be a teacher in Japan. I'm here because I'll tell you about working and living in Japan and being a teacher in Japan and learning Japanese. I don't know. If you live in Tokyo, you don't need Japanese, but if you live anywhere else, you're gonna need it. Welcome to what most of your days will look like teaching in Japan. Just emptiness for days. Remember to take your shoes off for the library. Okay, finally found a place to sit and talk for a minute. Japanese laws are kind of insane about filming places, so I mean, I know I'm not supposed to film any of my students, so hopefully filming their library is not really a big deal. Honestly, if you want to come to Japan, teaching English is the easiest. It's the easiest way to get a visa, to get sponsorship to come here, to get your certificate of eligibility. If you have a bachelor's degree in anything, you can get a job teaching English, and then from there you can figure out what you want to do. But this is going to be all about teaching in Japan. This is my experiences teaching in Japan. I've been teaching for 6 years, and yeah, it's gonna be a little weird. There's a lot that doesn't get talked about when people talk about Japan and living in Japan and teaching in Japan. It's good and bad. Yeah, should be fun. Really hope I don't get in trouble for filming in my school's library, because that would suck. In my opinion, there's already enough content on the internet about traveling Japan and secret alleyways that aren't really secret. Anyone can walk down them, and like the non-tourist awesome places to go and visit. So it's, you know, if you're looking for that information, I don't know, check out one of the 400 other people that do this. But if you're looking to become a teacher in Japan, and if you're not trying to be a model or a YouTuber or get into Japanese TV in the entertainment area, you know, you're gonna need another visa that's an instructor visa or specialist in the humanities visa. These are things that a lot of people don't think about. They just see a cool video on YouTube and they say, I want to go to Japan, I want to live in Japan, I love anime, let me go to Japan. But like, you have to think about how you're actually going to get here, and how you're actually going to live here, and how you're going to support yourself. And yeah, these are all things that I see come up so many times in comment sections on Reddit, on Facebook groups, everywhere. People are just constantly asking, like, how do I get to Japan? How did you get to Japan? What do I do when I'm in Japan? How do you make money on, you know, YouTube and stuff? And like, I know when I was coming to Japan for the first time, it was 2010, and I was Googling and YouTube searching and just looking for anything, and there was not a lot. There's very little about living in Japan back then. Like, absolutely nothing. But now if you search Japan, you're gonna come up with, you know, the main people that make content about Japan, but it's mostly travel or entertainment based, and there's not really a whole lot of content about being a teacher. hopefully I can be consistent. I have a lot of ideas, just gotta have time to do them because I currently work a full-time teaching job and I work part-time 2 nights a week. So that leaves me with a whopping like 3 days of free time ever. So hopefully I'll be able to find time. And hopefully it'll help people who are searching for how to come to Japan and live in Japan and keep just finding, someone doing a lucky bag haul or going to Kyoto or some cafe in Tokyo. That's a lot of what expats do in Japan. They live in Tokyo or they live in Osaka, like one of the bigger cities, and I think they just live the same way that they would have lived back in their home country, just like with a little different twist on it. Like, I don't know. It's different. It's way different than being placed somewhere pretty rural or semi-rural and not having the luxury of, going to a Caldi or finding some international shop to feed your homesick needs. It's different. It's much different than living in Tokyo. Okay, anyway, that's enough of my rambling. I need to go back to work before I get fired or, I don't know, someone realizes that I'm not just sitting in the office. If you're interested in this kind of content or information, then I hope you check back and see what's going on in my boring ALT life.